We're back again to show you the #1 builder in Idaho, CBH Homes, and this particular community we really like because it has larger homes. Most of them are pretty well upgraded and larger lot sizes. And even more importantly, the location. We're literally across the freeway from Shields and what will be the district at 10 Mile, which is gonna be a huge epicenter for shopping, restaurants, amenities, and it's just gonna make this area appreciate probably faster than maybe some of the other CBH communities that they have literally across the entire valley.
Yeah, it's one of the best locations. And I mean, you guys can pretty much see Shields from here.
Yep.
So one of the best locations. We're also in a really nice area out here because you're connected to some really nice communities over here with one of the top middle schools. So
yep. Yeah, and this particular little stretch here, which backs to really known back neighbors, is cool because these are, again, big lots. You have plenty of space. And this particular home we're going to show first, another popular floor plan of theirs, which we'll go through, but wanted to just show a really cool view right out your driveway. You've got an unobstructed view of Bogus Basin, the huge American flag there. I just thought it looked pretty, picturesque. But yeah, let's pop into this floor plan before we get sprayed.
Yeah. Plus we'll get you guys out of the wind. But again, CBH video, so the keys here are getting you guys eyes on these floor plans.
Yep, exactly. So this one being the Glen Lake 2543. So that number is the square footage of this home, 2,500 square feet. So this is going to be a video for those looking for maybe a larger home at an affordable price with a builder like CBH. So, to get into it, again, we'll go through the floor plan. Most of the times these aren't staged, so we might not point out all the specific details, but we'll pop in and give you a lay of the land. So
this one, the Glen Lake has a 4-car garage too.
Yes.
Huge selling point for this. And then in this particular community, we do have 1/4-acre lots, which is hard to come by, especially in Meridian. And then of course, any of these floor plans, even if you don't want to live in this area at this price point, keep an eye out because you can buy this floor plan in pretty much every area of the valley. So really valuable information.
Yeah, so to start off, right off the entry, you have a bedroom or office. It does have, a really good sized closet actually. I mean, it's like dual purpose. I mean, they really take advantage of the space nowadays. Closet that goes further into storage and or closet, but yeah, a good sized space back there with the light, which is nice. Again, this particular community has some upgraded features. This is an upgraded carpet you'd see in a higher end home. We do get the really tall ceilings, which is great.
Yeah, especially for a 2-story house to have ceilings this tall.
But yeah, you have your half bath here, so nothing too crazy there. What's really impressive with this one is the kitchen, in my opinion. So again, really well upgraded where you have this really nice quartz, cool veins going through it, the upgraded sink, and then the flooring on this main level at least being the hard surface flooring, no carpet in the living room, but a good sized kitchen, full backsplash. So again, for those that have seen other CBH homes or maybe our other CBH videos, not all the communities come with full tile backsplash. So this one being slightly upgraded from some of the other CBH homes.
Yeah, you can see it throughout the house too, all of these upgrades. And one thing about CBH, every house is going to be completely different. So those of you who haven't seen the CBH video, you can't build with them, you just buy what they give you. So that's another reason floor plans are so important, because if you love this floor plan but you don't like the finishes, we can go look for this floor plan in other parts of the valley. So.
Exactly, so variety of price points for the exact same floor plan, or you want to be in Star or Cuna versus right here in South Central Meridian, you can find that. And then since we're standing back here, so these are 1/4-acre lots. It is backed up to a slope, but what's cool, and maybe we'll be able to show it probably in drone footage or from the upstairs bedroom.
We'll pop up some drone footage right now.
Yeah, you can do a ton of different things. Some of the neighbors are building up terraces, or so you kind of have tiers of usability. Some of them just cut a big circle out and made a huge hardscape area with a fire pit and some trees. So really cool, different things you can do back there, but you have the space at least.
Yeah, I might leave one section for sledding in the wintertime.
Oh shoot, that'd be awesome.
Perfect sledding hill right out to the left, and then make the rest just kind of a nice summer skate.
Yep. And then before we head upstairs, we'll show you the 4-car garage and then bring you up to all the other bedrooms here. But this was actually a legitimate selling point for one of your clients. This 4-car garage, I mean, I can't think of a specific example where you'd find a garage this big at this price point. So you have your typical 3-bay and then that huge section, which is where you'd see home gyms, obviously tons of storage, toys, your ATV, UTV, boats, things like that. But yeah, this garage space is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's CBH's largest garage, which makes this kind of like so popular because, especially at the price point that CBH is at, you just can't find this big.
Yep.
It's not possible, honestly. So
yep.
To have this as an option all over the valley is a really cool thing that we have with CBH. Then heading back inside, Jesse did mention, yeah, we literally had a client who was going to buy a Hayden home actually, and CBH got him purely because of that garage space.
Yep.
Also, just this floor plan as a whole is also really nice too.
Yeah, and those are the things that you can't change. So even if you came in here and were like, flooring's okay, it's not my favorite, or the kitchen, countertop, or the paint color, you can't add a 4th bay garage. So if that's a critical piece to you, those usually outweigh some of the finishing touches compared to other builders. So, but yeah, that's kind of the wrap up of the main level in this particular floor plan, and with most CBH homes, main bedroom's gonna be upstairs. And of course, the rest of the guest bedrooms are upstairs as well. So we'll pop up there and take a look. So because CBH does build a lot of 2-story homes, this flex space here is something that's very common in most of their floor plans that they're kind of known for, and people really, really enjoy, because this is an awesome extra area, living area that you can utilize on top of the main level. Yeah, it's like the heater is actually on right now. Sorry, got distracted. But just as a reminder, here at Boise Real Estate Insights, Brady and myself, we obviously tour a lot of homes, plenty of builders, all different price points, but really we're doing that to provide as much info for you guys, especially here locally, to get an idea of what all is going on in the Treasure Valley. Also, of course, people coming in out of state, these are gonna be very, very valuable for you. We might not touch on all the details like where the nearest Albertsons is compared to this community, but we are gonna go through, give you all the details of the exact homes, but also general insights into what's happening in our Boise market. So for those of you that are thinking about buying or selling here locally, or coming to move here soon, reach out. We'd love to chat with you guys, make a plan, stay ahead of it. You're 6 months out, 12 months out, even 2 years out, which is, we have some clients thinking about 2026, 2027. Reach out, let's chat. There's absolutely no obligation or expectation. We just want to be a resource for you guys. And then of course we do this every day, so we are very experienced agents. We know what we're doing. And of course, when that time comes, we can of course help with that as well.
Yep, you get us. You don't get anybody else.
Yeah.
On the team.
Yep.
And show you my pretty face for
yeah.
But yeah, we're here to support you guys, help you guys, give you real information, which might mean, buying a house is actually not something that's smart for you, or whatever it may be. We're here to not be transactional realtors and actually be a part of the process. So if there is anything that we can do to provide value, provide you guys helpful information, drop comments below with questions that you guys have, that you've been wondering about, things that you wish that maybe other YouTube videos or other things aren't telling you. And we're happy to go meet up with you guys too for coffee in person. So shoot us a text, shoot us a call, and yeah, we just appreciate you guys watching.
Yep, and we're real people. This is not an avatar or AI. So if you do call or text us, which we'd love for you to do, we are going to be the one to respond. We're not gonna send you a link to a Zoom call 3 weeks from now. Hit us up, we're gonna chat, whatever it is, we're happy to help and answer questions. But to get back into this one, excuse me. So right off the landing up here, you have your master bedroom, which we'll save for last. And then down this hallway, which is actually a really nice feature of this floor plan. There's a lot of rooms up here. It doesn't feel like a maze. It's very simple to get through. You're not turning 5 times. And then also really good sized bedrooms for guest rooms. So this being one of the extra rooms up here. So Again, nothing too over the top to write home about, but you have everything you need and a really good space for this room.
Yeah, and for a 2,500 square foot house, I'd say this is one of those homes that feels a lot larger.
Yeah, yep.
The 3,000 square foot home.
For sure, yep. And then this one as well, excuse me, another good size. Love that they added this window here and this ledge for kids. I mean, I have a 6 and a 3-year-old. This is like an incredible space. Keep all their toys and their favorite stuff and their special, memorabilia up here, right here on the window. Keep it out of the floor or the living area. So this is actually a really cool little feature. I know my kids would love it. Yeah, yep. And then the second story laundry room, which is nice. A home this big, you might be one with a medium to large size family. You probably have a lot of laundry. Being able to do it on the same level is great.
Yes, and then here's where we see, like a lot of CBHs don't give you quartz in the spare bathrooms, but in this house they do in particular. So
yep.
Nice to see that. It's definitely something that a lot of people want.
Yeah, yep. So again, pre-upgraded for these particular homes in this community. And then we're gonna back up and take a look at the master bedroom, which is another CBH, typical setup for a home this big, really large master bedroom. So this is bigger than a lot that we see at various price points. And again, this is something that they try and do in their larger floor plans. So the Glen Lake.
They give you a vaulted ceiling master as well, whether it's a 2-story or a 1-story.
Yep.
Just try and make that a point. So makes it feel even larger. And then view out to your backyard up here, they give you big windows. And some of the communities, like in Star, where this floor plan is, or some of these 2-stories, you get amazing views of the valley and things like that. So nice knowing that you have those options all over the valley to get a view at an affordable price.
Yeah, and a very spacious master bathroom. So a lot of times, even in higher end homes, we'll see this be maybe a foot or so smaller. So you really couldn't have 2 people walking through. But in this, there's plenty of space width-wise here. And you do have the tub and the walk-in shower. Again, it's a CBH home to keep it affordable. This is, excuse me, this is a fiberglass insert, but you have all the space here. And then really large master closet.
Yeah, good size, you still get some built-ins.
Yep.
But this floor plan, a lot of these things like this bathroom with the bathtub, just how big this house is a big reason it's such a selling point. And yeah, that's the Glen Lake 2543.
Yep, yeah, we'll pop over
to one that's a little bit smaller.
Yep.
And then at the end, we're going to show you probably one of their other favorites that's 2,700 square feet. It's also on a 1/4 acre lot. But let's head over to home number 2.
Okay, we're at house number 2 of 3 today, and we're gonna go through, show you the Albany 2317, so 2,300 square feet. Very, very similar to the first one we saw. This one has an amazing view out the master bedroom, but it does have one less garage bay, obviously, and we'll go a little bit faster since really it's again very, very similar. But curious for those that are watching if anyone would be interested in some speed tours, because we like to take our time obviously and really give a thorough explanation, but we know some people out there probably just want to get to the point. So, but either way, we'll go through a little faster. This being one of the bedrooms or office setup. It has the nice double doors, which is cool. But really, it's marketed as a 4-bedroom, but it really is like a 5-bedroom because there are 4 bedrooms upstairs and a flex space plus that office. So either way, plenty of space for almost any size couple or family. Something you could really grow into, or if you have a medium to large size family, you're ready to go.
Yeah, before we get into this house, I forgot to mention the price.
Oh, sure. Yep. Yeah, always overlook that for some reason. We always forget. So the first home, the Glen Lake, that one that we walked through is available and it's listed at $640,000. So that's 1/4 acre, 4-car garage, 2,500 plus square feet, really nice finishes. I mean, it's an incredible deal, to be honest. Of course, the rear landscaping and some of the fencing isn't included, but again, with CBH, they're known for a few things, and one of them being their builder promotions or incentives. For a home of this price point, again, it can change at any time, but currently as we film, it would be about in that $25,000 range, which can get you a lot towards closing cost coverage, buy downs, rear landscape fencing, and then some things upgraded inside the house or added.
Yeah, exactly. And that land like we just looked at too, I mean, you can get it in the 500,000s parts of the too. So it's 640 here in this amazing location. We're in a really good spot in Meridian, but if you're wanting to look at other places, it'll be in the 500s.
But yeah, since we're over here, the one of the main differences for this one, but this still does have a 3-car garage, so 2-bay door with the tandem, so the extra deep section here. So want to show that so our buddy doesn't get mad that we didn't show a garage.
Yeah, we had someone saying we weren't men.
which yeah, we love banter like that. So keep it coming. Yeah, definitely no offense at all. We want to hear you guys' feedback and opinions. But so yeah, this being a really good size, you know, fairly open, not too open where you have a full separate dining area, plenty of room for your living area. And just like the last home, you know, instead of open railing here, this is where CBH can kind of save on costs and keep these at a more affordable price point for the square footage. At least they didn't just leave this a solid wall. Like, they have these openings, so it is open. It is just drywall. It's not an open stair, railing and banister, but this still looks great, still has that open feel. But we'll pop up to the second story and go through the bedrooms up there.
Yep.
All right, up top, another flex or bonus area. Again, this floor plan is very, very similar, just everything's a little bit smaller. So this flex room up here, a little bit smaller than the Glen Lake. This again being the Albany. You have your master suite over here, which we'll show last, which does have the really, really cool views. And then coming through here, a slightly different bathroom setup. You have a door for the shower and the toilet and your vanity, which does have the stone countertops, which is nice. Laundry room, another good sized laundry room, not quite as big, but you do have space and a little table there. And then 3 guest bedrooms. They're a little smaller than the last home. For the most part, this would be pretty standard for an affordable entry-level builder with this size of square footage. But again, you have 4 bedrooms up here, so 3 plus the master, and then the downstairs office or potential bedroom if you needed it.
Yeah, so still plenty of living space. But yeah, just a smaller version. And then even little things like these houses have the nicer trim. So this community out here in Southridge, in Meridian, is definitely a little bit higher end. They have a lot higher finishes versus some of their other communities might not have, you know, the quartz countertops everywhere, the higher end trim. So keep that in mind with CBH.
But again, those are all things that if you want to spend less, the same exact floor plan, this works great for yourself or your family. You can get it at a lower price point in different areas, and those are all things that you can change later. You can't easily change the floor plan, can't change the location, can't change the garage size, can't change the property size, and can't recreate the view.
Yeah, you can't move the house.
Yeah.
This view, the camera never does it justice, but you do get a beautiful view of the mountains right at your master.
Yeah,
Yeah, hard to get that. There's only one other community, Trapper Ridge and Star, that has that same view. So hard to get. And again, I mean, we have the vaulted ceilings in the master, always pretty something CBH does. And I love how they gave the 3 extra windows in here. Glen Lake didn't have that, and it makes a huge difference with how light this is. And there's a circuit breaker out, so none of these lights are working in the bathroom. So how much natural light actually does get in here.
Yeah, almost the exact same size bathroom, maybe a little bit more narrow, but again, this is 200 square feet smaller, lower price. The closet, which again doesn't have a light on, you might not be able to see me, really good size walk-in closet.
Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, there we go, I'm back.
But it's about the same size as the Glen Lake.
But yeah, so we don't forget price on this one. And this is where, again, with builders like this, there's usually some negotiating room. So they have their incentives, but there is an argument to be had this price point versus the last home, the Glen Lake that we saw, $640 for that one. It's a little bit larger on the quarter acre. This home being 200 square feet smaller has the killer view, but a much smaller lot. This one's listed at $630,000. So this one, you know, we'd ideally probably try and negotiate them down. That one, a killer deal at what it's listed at.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, for 10,000 more, you get quarter acre lot, you get the 4-car garage. It's honestly a pretty dang good deal for the house over there. So now we're gonna go take a look at one of their more popular floor plans, especially bigger. So the biggest house we've looked at today, and it also has a lot of upgrades that you don't usually get with the CBH. So go take a look.
All right, last but not least, we're at the third home, the Vallejo 2700. So this one's the largest by about 200 square feet, still backs up. It's actually right next door to the first one we toured, backs up to the no neighbors with a quarter acre lot. And again, one of their other very, very popular floor plan if you're looking for a little bit more square footage. And one of the things Brady and I mentioned just as we were walking over here is this is why, sorry, getting sprayed. This is one thing we really like about CBH being that they don't build over the top so they can keep the price point lower, is you can use that extra money. Like let's say you are looking in the $750 range and you find a $700,000 home, that might leave you with $50,000 to make this backyard absolutely incredible. Where if you buy something at your full budget, you might not have those opportunities. So it opens up other things you can do in and around the house if you buy obviously under your max budget.
Yeah, it's a really good option that CBH has.
And then also at the very end, we'll do another coffee giveaway. You gotta wait a little bit longer and we'll let you know how to win that. But yeah, the Vallejo, this particular one, and it just happens to have they included shutters in it. So not always is that the case. They chose that for this for whatever reason. Yeah.
But a substantial upgrade for a house, you know.
Yeah.
You're looking at a couple $1,000s.
Yep, exactly.
Shelf. So nice that it does come with a home.
And again, this one right off the entry, a true office. There is no closet in this one, so this is an office in a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, 2,700 square feet. You have your half bath right off the entry. You know, pedestal sink with your toilet, so nothing too crazy there. And then your great room area. So all 3 of these homes have been upgraded. They have the stone countertops, the larger sink, this one being the farmhouse style. And then this kitchen is kind of nice because it has the extra, the extra little wing here, the extra cabinetry. So this kitchen's probably a little bit larger than the other 2.
Yeah, nice farmhouse sink too, with the 2-tone island versus cabinets, which is nice.
And again, as you get to bigger homes, usually we're talking about medium or bigger size families. The pantry is great for that because you can store a ton of food in here. And even for me, our kids are younger, but they're starting to get to that age where it's like, how do we keep them fed? Large pantry would help with that.
Good for Costco storage.
Yes, exactly.
You can actually stock up.
Yep, and then in this case, laundry on the main level, but it is tons of space. I mean, this could be a lot of extra storage area too. You have your shelf up here with the hanging rack and then a little bit of a table. This one, since we're right next to it, we'll pop in a 3-car plus. It's not quite as big as the Glen Lake, but it does have the extra little bump out there. So it's maybe about 1/3 the size or half the size, but this is a 3-car plus, not maybe a 4. They might market it as a 4, but really tall ceilings in this one just because it is on a slope. So this garage actually has, significant amount of storage space. But having this extra piece here is definitely a nice bonus.
Yeah, and we don't see this too often with the stairs.
Yep.
Yeah, tons of room to put storage up in the ceilings. The backyard's going to be the same in this one. As you guys have seen, this house actually is going to come with your fridge and dryer and the shutters. So things that they added in here that don't usually come with a CBH home.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And those are the things where us being experienced in selling CBH homes and a lot of other builders, those are things that maybe, depending on the market, the community, you might be able to ask for on top of their promotion, adding a washer dryer or a fridge package, so, or even, you know, shutters or blinds. So those are things to think about as you look through different home options. Really good storage. Love how they do that.
Yeah, it's nice in the upstairs. That is one nice story. And then the Vallejo, one of the reasons it's so popular is this room down here.
Yep. Yeah, big, a completely different style bathroom than what you usually see with CBH. Really good sized room here, again, on the main level. No door, so some people, you know, that might be a pro or a con. But a really cool corner, really cool corner bathtub, slightly upgraded shower, and you know, tall ceilings, even though it is a 2-story home, and a good sized walk-in closet.
Yeah, and I think this might be their only 2-story that has the master on the main floor, so it makes it a really popular floor plan. That way you can still get the size, but kind of have that single-story feel with the master downstairs.
Yeah, and for those with larger families, having that separate from maybe the 4 to 6 kiddos up top probably is a nice peace of mind to have. But we'll pop upstairs and take a look at the other guest bedrooms up there. All right, we're upstairs. Again, a really great flex room, loft area. It's cool because all this is open. I mean, you can really look down. Has the nice windows, you know, upgraded lighting again, which in this community we're seeing more often. But wanted to see if anyone watching wants to volunteer potentially. So if you have a location that you're looking for out here and a price range, we do a lot of community specific tours, but we want to do a few, I guess, price point tours. So if you're looking in Star for 700 to 800,000 or Meridian from 400 to 500,000, if anyone wants to volunteer their info, we'd love to get that and set up a tour specific to what you're looking for and give you a better idea cross community of what searching out here might look like.
Yeah, so drop a comment or just shoot us a text. And if you want to be in the video,
that would be cool. Yeah.
Show you guys what it would be like to show how home with me and Jesse and look at those price points. So
but even if not, if you're not local or you don't want to be on camera, which is perfectly fine, let us know what you're looking for and we'll set up a slightly different style video coming up. But really good size flex room. The rest of this we'll go through pretty quick because it is just 4 bedrooms. This one here being the largest one, so really good size on this bedroom. You have your full bath here, and then 3 more bedrooms. So again, this house is 2,700 square feet. It's definitely bedroom heavy, but they do the slight upgraded touches like the extra windows just to get some more natural light in here. So it really doesn't feel really that overwhelming for having 4 bedrooms all on the 2nd story. It's still a pretty functional layout and doesn't feel like you're in a maze or a cave. So
this bedroom here, that looks like, but yeah, that's a Vallejo 2700.
Yep, so this one, again, it has some upgraded stuff. It has the appliances and the shutters. This one's listed at $699, 1/4 acre, 3+ car garage, 2,700 square feet. But for those who've made it, for the coffee giveaway, so $5 to $5, right?
Sometimes I get 10.
Ooh. Catch them on a good day. To Starbucks to grab yourself some coffee. Comment down below, the first 3 to comment down below where they're watching from. And I don't mean from your couch or if you're watching from the toilet. I mean where across the country, here in the Treasure Valley or in a different state. Comment where you're watching from. We'd love to see that. And then check out this next video where we tour a different CBH community in Kuna called Ledgestone. Different floor plans, definitely a different price point. Take a look at that and we'll catch you next time.